You all packed?
Well, first of all, what kind of mythical powers does a Sun Devil have? We got to consider that.
You all don't remember the Georgia Southern game, do you?
I hope there's Bigfoot. I don't think there is.
Like rat poison. All right, so
It's Division One football. It ain't murals.
Welcome back to the Hoppy Huddle podcast. Apologies for the delay. I'm Jake. That's Ed. And today we are talking previews, and we've got another weekend where we've got a couple big headliner games, a lot of sleepier games, but there's a lot of matchups between sort of mid-tier teams that I think are going to be pretty interesting and pretty revealing, and we'll probably produce some pretty exciting plays and some exciting games, even if they're not the most marquee of matchups.
Yeah, we don't have the big headliners. You almost wish you actually wish somebody was in charge of all of college football and they could spread these games out a little bit. But hey, that didn't happen. But we got a few good ones and some interesting ones. Yeah. And you still need multiple TVs. Don't get me wrong. This isn't a one TV weekend. We're not a one TV.
There is no one TV weekend.
That's right. So, but we got a lot of good games. We got a key ACC matchup, a couple other interesting ACC matchups, some sneaky Big Ten ones. Always SEC's always got a couple good ones. So yeah, we got some fun this weekend. So
it's going to be a great time. We've got Miami, Florida State. We've got Alabama, Vanderbilt. We've got some good stuff going on.
Yeah. So no big news this week. I don't think no coach got fired. Anything else big happen? I don't think so.
Nothing except the suits trying to buy control of our sport.
Yeah, but that's just rumors. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah,
there, so.
Yeah. Anyway,
but we're going to talk about the sport on the field. I don't want to talk sport all. We got all the off season to scream and yell about that.
Yes, and we will.
Yes.
All right. I think we should just go ahead and dive on into it.
Okay. So where do you want to start this week? Do you want to start? I didn't think there was a great Friday night slate. Is there any Friday night games you really want to talk about?
Nothing I really wanted to hit on Friday night.
We do have one top 25 team playing.
I did think BYU, West Virginia, could be interesting. I think it's probably BYU is going to blow them out, but this is one I'm betting. I've bet BYU minus 18.5. I think we're going to continue to fade West Virginia. I think they're just not a very good football team this year. And I think BYU is actually pretty decent. So give me the Cougars minus, 18.5 now? Yeah. I think they blow them out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't have any real strong plays there. It's going to be a late night game. I think West Virginia on the road late on heading out the western part of the U.S. is good. It's going to be a rough trip for them. So,
all right.
Well, let's go to the noon slate. At the beginning of the season, Clemson, North Carolina might have been an interesting game.
Yeah.
This feels like this belongs not on the ESPN, but more like on Comedy Central or something. I don't know.
This feels like a CBS Sports Network game.
Yeah,
with big brands. It's
I don't even.
It's like when two fighters come out of retirement and they're just their heart's not in it. You can tell, and they're there and they're gonna fight and they're gonna play, but Belichick ain't Belichick, and Clemson ain't Clemson, and Dabo ain't Dabo, and I fully expect Clemson to win this game just from a talent advantage, but it would not surprise me at all any outcome in this game. I just think Clemson's not very good. I think North Carolina's not very good.
Carolina's not winning this game, Jake. North Carolina.
I think North Carolina's not very good, but
no, they're bad.
Clemson maybe 100% quitting.
They may be quitting, but North Carolina legitimately, I think, is the worst Power 4 school.
No, UCLA.
Oh, I don't know.
UCLA's worse.
If you rank all 68 Power 4 schools on a adjusted point per play, Carolina's offense is worse than UCLA's by far.
Yeah, but I think you have to take into account that they don't have a head coach. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a different debate, but I'm sure I'll have that game on a side screen just to see what happens, but
Yeah.
nothing in it too exciting. Air Force Navy.
Oh, I got a
If you're
pick here.
if you're the under believer, you have to take Service Academy triple option games. You take the under. I
Since
am
2005, the under is 42-17. In a matchup between service academies.
Yep.
Give me the under as one of the picks of the week.
Yeah, and we've expanded this to include triple option teams. So if I don't know if you noticed this past week, I missed on a lot of bets, but the one of the bets that I did hit was the Rice Navy under, because Rice runs the triple option now. I don't know if you're aware.
Yes.
And that smacked, and the under is going to smack on this one. So I'm with you on that as well.
Yeah. So I've got to
Cover 3 podcast special.
That's right. All right. Well, let's get to the game. I think that matters a little bit more. Let's talk about Iowa State and Cincinnati.
Okay. I was going to say Wisconsin, Michigan.
No. A game that actually might be interesting.
Okay.
You know, Cincinnati, interesting enough, 3-1. I don't think we really saw that coming out of the gate. They're probably a play or two away from really being 4-0. I mean, you can make an argument they were in that Nebraska game and they played well. The offenses looked really good, especially throwing the ball. If you adjusted on an adjusted opponent per play for just a power 4, they're 11th overall out of 68. So, I mean, this is a pretty productive offense. The weakness of this school, the weakness is they can't stop anybody on the passing side. I mean, they are 105th out of 136 teams in Division I FBS. They're really bad on pass defense. They're 96 out of explosive passing. That's the problem. And when you put that up against Rocco Beck, I think
he's a good decision maker. He'll be able to take advantage of those openings.
Yeah, and I don't think that Iowa State, they don't throw the ball, 80 times a game, but I think he's going to be able to throw enough.
Iowa State, I think it's time to start mentioning them as a good team. They've kind of been flying under the radar.
Yeah.
But they've beaten everybody they've played. They're 5-0. They destroyed, who'd they play last week? I don't remember who they played last week. They destroyed them though. They played.
Why am I drawing a blank here? I can't.
They played Arizona and they beat them 39-14. Right. And Arizona wasn't, hasn't been that bad of a team this year.
No.
So
there's all of a sudden
they may be, them and Texas Tech may be sort of pulling ahead in the Big 12 race right now.
Yeah, it was 39-14 over Arizona last week. Yeah, Iowa State seems to be getting into the clear.
They're humming on all cylinders.
Yeah, now they're going to get to a rougher part of the schedule. They got to play BYU. They got to play Arizona. They had BYU, Arizona State, and TCU in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
So, and they don't get Baylor. So they're going to have a rough stretch at the end of October.
But would it surprise you if they went 3-0 in those games? Like, not really.
Yes, it would surprise me 3-0. 2-1, no. 2-0.
I mean,
3-0 would surprise me. I don't think. I don't think they're that explosive. I think they're well coached. I think they've got a good team. They clearly have a veteran.
They're solid on defense. They play good defense.
They are, and particularly against the pass, I think they're really good.
I doubted them coming into the season, but every time
I didn't doubt them as much as you did.
I know, but every time I watch them play, I'm just impressed. I'm like, it's just a good football team.
Yeah, and do you know they're getting points?
Yeah. They're getting lots of points. Points galore.
No. In this game, they're getting 1.5.
No, I thought it was Iowa State minus 1.5.
No. It's Iowa State plus 1.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're one of my picks of the week. Iowa State, give me 1.5 points.
Actually?
I'll take that. Yes.
Yeah. No. You know what? I'm going to add that. I didn't bet that.
I'm looking at it right now. Iowa State plus 1.5.
But
I couldn't figure out that line. I had no clue why. And I mean, I understand why. It's at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's been playing well. If this would be a traditional slip-up game for someone like Iowa State, and they're not so overwhelming that they couldn't lose to Cincinnati.
And to be fair to Cincinnati, I like Sorsby. He's been playing great.
He has.
He's had a great season so far. I like him running the ball as well. The option that he brings in the running game.
His QB rating is 7th out of 136.
Yeah. And Cincinnati has that dude on the defensive line, Corleone, who's going to probably be an NFL pick, would be my guess, right?
Yeah.
He's a huge tackle guy. Like, he's a dog, and so
and Cincinnati beat them pretty handily last year.
they did.
No, no, no.
So,
I'm sorry. No, Iowa State did. I'm sorry.
oh
I'm sorry.
no,
Iowa State did. Iowa State did. I'm sorry. I
okay.
got that backwards. Yeah, I didn't understand the line. I still think Iowa State's better than them, and I'm gonna take Iowa State and plug. Give me
You
the
know
one and
what?
a half.
I'm talking myself out of it. I'm not betting this game. I'm not going to bet it. I
I
didn't
don't
do
think.
my research. I'm not betting it.
Give me the ranked team. If you're getting points on the road as a ranked team against an unranked team, I'll take it.
Well, we all know what I think of rankings, and I'm
Yes,
sure
I
you
know.
as well.
I know.
All right. Moving on.
Any other noon games that you like?
I'm gonna watch Michigan, Wisconsin.
Is that just for you want to see the Bryce Underwood show?
Yeah, I want to see the Bryce Underwood experience. I want to see how he does. I like watching him. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I want to see if the receiving problems are really just the receivers can't get open. Because the receivers should be able to get open against Wisconsin's secondary, which is not fantastic.
Yeah.
And so if they can get open, I'd say I want to see him hit some of those down the field routes.
Yeah.
But I'll probably, as Michigan pulls away in that game, I'll probably move that to a side screen.
I think Wisconsin's going to be fascinating to watch. Their schedule is absolutely terrible. I mean, they got to go. I mean, tell me where you find a win here. Michigan, Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon, Washington, Indiana, Illinois, Minnesota.
Maybe Minnesota, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough.
You're looking at a 3-win season. So, I mean, and I think it's a pretty big buyout with Fickle. So that's going to be an interesting job to watch.
Yeah, and one other game I like in the noon slot that I'm betting is where is it? It is Illinois Purdue. It's only Illinois minus 9.5, which just doesn't feel like a big enough number. And I like Luke Altmaier. He's been pretty good. So beat USC last week. Luke Altmaier showed up. Those receivers showed up. I was actually impressed with their O-line and their pass blocking. I thought we thought USC had a pretty good defense, or an improved defense coming into that game, and they held up pretty well. I know we think Purdue is probably improved from last year, but it's based on how bad they were last year. But I still don't think 9.5 is anywhere near enough points. So give me Illinois.
It's a big line, and Illinois came off a big win against USC. Man, that's tough.
It's not that big. It's 9.5. Telling me they win by 14.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could very easily see it.
Yeah, maybe.
A touchdown and a field goal wins this game for me. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with that game. That's all I got in the noon slot. Kentucky, Georgia's there. Maybe you want to go you watch the first half here. Georgia's repeatedly struggle with Kentucky in the first half of these games. I think Georgia will clearly win this game, but for some reason, Kentucky always just seems to drag them into the mud every year. Georgia's always won, but that's something to maybe watch for. I don't think Kentucky's a very good team, but
no.
Anyway,
all right. Then we get to the 3:30 slate. Much better slate of games.
Yes. Boise State, Notre Dame. Going into the season, we thought this was going to be premier Group of 5 non-conference game, and it's really lost a lot of the shine. And a part of that is Notre Dame having 2 losses and lost their early non-conference games. But the other part of that is that Boise State has looked nowhere near as dominant. They are 3-1, but they did not perform to the level that people thought they would compared to last year. And I guess it's not real fair to expect that, losing the best player in school history, Ashton Genty. But they only beat Nevada. Or no, they haven't played Nevada yet. But I don't know. I think Notre Dame probably rolls in this one. That's my prediction. I think they win. I think they probably cover as well, but I'm not betting it.
I think Notre Dame's going to be putting up a lot of style points in games for the rest of the season.
I think they're going to have to.
Yeah, and I don't think Boise really, particularly in the back end, they give up a lot of explosive passes of this defense, and I think look for Notre Dame to try to exploit that a little bit.
Yeah, and they're not a bad G5 team. They're just not at the level to be competing for the playoff spot.
Yeah.
So I still think they could win the Mountain West.
No, and they're not going to get that AQ spot. That's going to go to someone else.
Well, I think they could win the Mountain West. I just don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to get the Group of 5 playoff spot.
Correct. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly. So
that's going to the American champ, almost certainly.
no.
All right.
Oh.
Where else you want to hit? 3:30 slot. Virginia, Louisville. Expect fireworks.
Man, we're becoming a Virginia podcast,
dude. The Wahoos, man. Take it away. Talk about, what do you think about Virginia, Louisville?
Yeah, so let me pull up my notes here on this. All right, so this is a traditional letdown spot if you think of Virginia going on the road right after a victory. Virginia hasn't been a good road team. Let me pull the splits here. If you look at especially under Tony Elliott, let's see, where are they? They are last 3 years as an away team 5-10. I mean, just dreadful.
Yeah.
This is traditionally, I would say this is rough, but right now they're bringing an offense, and particularly they're bringing an offense that can run the ball. They're 12th in the country. We're averaging almost 243 yards a carry.
Yeah.
So when you bring an offense that can score, I think you got a better chance. I think in past teams and Tony Elliott teams, they haven't been able to put up points like this. So I think there's, in spite of their defensive issues, and I don't think they're a great defensive team by any stretch, I think they can score. So the question is Louisville, how's Louisville going to match that? And Louisville can certainly scores well. I mean, they're not, up. Virginia's 8th in the country. Louisville's 24th. So, I mean, Louisville can pass the ball.
Miller Moss hasn't been bad.
He hasn't been, he hasn't been great either.
But he hasn't been great either. That's the thing. I'm not.
Yeah. But here's, and I think actually what's been understated has actually been Louisville's pass defense. So I think they could give Chandler Morris some difficulty. Their pass defense has been good. I think Louisville's weakness is giving up the explosive pass. And I think that's where Chandler Morris could exploit them. This game, Louisville's a 6.5 point favorite. That seems a little high, honestly. I really struggled with where to go in this game. I'm not betting this game because I just don't know. I don't know which Virginia team is going to show up. My guess is I'm going to bet that Tony Elliott, I guess I'm going to bet and, prove me wrong before I believe in you. And while I do want the Cavaliers to win, I'm going to bet the road Cavaliers show up. The Cavaliers are also dealing with a lot of injuries as well. I don't know if you've seen the injury report. They do have a number of injuries.
I think I saw something. I didn't read it.
They got a lot of people banged up. I think Louisville wins this game probably. I don't know if they cover the 6.5, but I think they at least win this game outright.
Yeah, I mean, I like Isaac Brown at running back for Louisville has been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jeff Brom, I think clear coaching edge to Louisville over Tony Elliott. I think you have that. I think Miller Moss has been pretty decent. I think he can run the Jeff Brom system pretty well. So I'm not betting this game either. But if I think the play at this point is just to expect every Virginia game to be the same game, which is they're going to score a lot, they're going to give up a lot, and it'll come down to the fourth quarter.
Probably so. Yeah.
And I kind of expect the same thing here, right? Like, I don't see any chance Virginia stops that Louisville offense, but nobody's really proven they can stop Virginia's offense either. So give me a high-flying shootout, and who knows if they cover or not. It'll depend on the possession splits, but I think it'll be fun to watch either way.
Yeah, and if you look back at this history with Louisville, they've played Louisville pretty much every year since – well, I can't go back beyond that. But no, they played them in 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All these games have been pretty high-scoring games. They've been relatively close, and that's with some good Louisville teams and some bad Virginia teams. So I think Virginia has always played Louisville pretty tough. And the one thing I think you've got to give Virginia credit is that Virginia knows. I think Virginia can look a little bit and go, this is the toughest team left on their schedule. So Virginia's got to look at this as, hey, we got to get up for this one, because if we can get to this one, the schedule gets a lot easier. I mean,
it does.
We're talking, they're not going to play anybody tough again to mid-November. I mean, and I say relatively tough, that's Duke. I mean, they're going to go through a 4-week stretch where there's cream puffs. And so this is, I mean, you're in Virginia. if this season's going to matter to you, you got to make it happen this week. So there's something to be said for that.
Yep. Yeah. And that's definitely a factor there. But we will see. I'll definitely have that game on. That's going to be fun to watch for sure. All right. Also at the 3:30 slot, Maryland, Washington. I'm really excited to watch this game. I love Malik Washington for Maryland.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He's great. Yeah. I also like Damon Williams Jr. at Washington. I know he had a bit of a letdown game for me, and I think I had too high expectations for Washington coming into the season. That's pretty clear by now. But I still think
don't be so hard on him. He's been sneakily very efficient.
No, I think he's been very good. I think I had him too high mentally in my head. It's more hard on myself. I'm not hard on him.
Do you know Washington has the number 1 opponent adjusted per play passing offense in the country?
That doesn't surprise me.
He's been very efficient. He's been very good. The explosive pass ratio is good. QBR, touchdowns, interceptions. I mean,
Denzel Boston is fantastic for them.
Yeah. So I mean, Washington's offense has been the problem. It's been their defense, particularly on the passing, and Ohio State exploited that. I mean, that was clear. Ohio State was playing with them.
But I'm just excited to see this matchup of QBs, Malik Washington versus Damon Williams. I think that Denzel Boston for Washington is pretty great as well. And Maryland could get this one, honestly. I think I don't know who's going to win. I have no idea. But, Maryland gets this one. Suddenly you look up, they're 5-0.
Their schedule is brutal on the back end.
It is brutal on the back end,
but they get a couple of good ones at home. And then, so it's more manageable than we thought at the beginning of the season.
Right.
I think this could be, I like Washington, but I think this is very manageable for Maryland. I'm not betting this game. What's the spread on this? Is Maryland a 6.5 point favorite?
It is. 1 second.
I think they're a 6.5 point favorite. No, that can't be right.
I can't find it. Where's the
That's
Maryland?
a 3:30 game, right?
3:30 game, yeah.
Yeah, no, Washington's a 6.5 point favorite.
That's what I thought. I thought Washington was favored.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I'm not betting this one, but I do think it would not surprise me if Washington takes it. I mean, Maryland takes it.
Yeah. I mean, here's where you're gonna. To me, the difference is Maryland has been pretty bad running the ball. They just haven't been able to establish any kind of running game. If they can find a way to run the ball at all, I think they'll win this game. Yeah. I think if they struggle again and put it all on Malik, that's going to play.
It'll be tougher to do that, but
it'll be tougher.
Again, I think Washington will be able to hit some open guys against. Washington's defense. Malik Washington will hit some open guys against Washington, the college.
He will. That will be there some, but you can't let him. You can't spend the whole game.
No, you can't go full air raid.
They just can't. I mean, LSU has been the perfect example of that. You can't, at least last year, you can't depend on Nussmeier the whole time. They can't depend on Malik Washington the whole game. That will get that. Washington will end up winning, but Maryland's got to find some balance in the offense.
Agree there.
So, okay.
All right. Where do you want to go?
Well, let's go to the one in the swamp.
All right. Florida, Texas.
Now, let me ask you a hypothetical, and I can't remember. I think it was Josh Pate that mentioned this, so I got to give credit where it was. If Florida had Texas's schedule so far,
no,
they'd probably be 3-1, wouldn't they?
For Texas's schedule, they've played 3 nobodies, right?
Yeah.
I can't say that because they lost to USF.
Okay, Texas played San Jose State, UTEP, and San Houston.
UTEP's not bad for the CUSA.
Okay. I think they're probably 3-1. They're 3-1.
Okay, probably.
Flip it around. Give Texas Florida's schedule. Now they're not 1-3. They're probably 2-2. They probably beat USF. Probably.
They absolutely beat USF with that defense.
But they probably don't beat Miami or LSU. Probably.
I think they beat LSU.
Maybe. I won't say. And I think Josh Pate's point was pretty spot on. Is that there's a difference between these two teams, but maybe the records are a little bit indicative of who they played.
Maybe.
Maybe. Now, we know that where the difference is they're both tremendously talented defensive teams. The difference is which offense is worse. Florida's is clearly worse at this point in the time.
Yeah.
Texas, it's going to be coaching here's the way I think about this. It's going to be coaching malpractice if Sarkisian doesn't win a national championship with his defense.
Yeah, you're an offensive guy, then you can't get an offense.
Is there a better defense in the country? I don't know. Maybe Ohio State.
Maybe Ohio State. Maybe Miami.
Maybe, but talent wise, and
they're
statistically, they're up there.
Colin Simmons, those guys.
There's just you go down the whole list of them.
Yeah.
But they just can't get things going on the offensive side, and maybe the week off helped. Who knows? And then you got Florida, and Florida's been really good defensively. I've been really good. Now Florida continues to lose people on defense. I can worry about that. I saw DJ Lagway say, the new media this week. He said something about at some point our offense is going to pop, and when it does, look out. Yeah, okay, we're not too worried about that. It ain't going to be against Texas defense. Let me just tell you that
it's not going to pop against.
It may be Mississippi State or Tennessee's. It ain't going to be Texas. All right.
Yeah.
I don't believe, as much as I do believe that, hey, you're in the swamp, you're playing a team that can't score a lot of points. Arch is going to have to turn the ball over a lot. There's got to be some strange things happen in this game for Texas to lose.
Yeah, well, the line is only 5.5, which is pretty interesting.
That's a swamp line is what that is.
Right. I'm here to tell you that is an insane line, and Texas will absolutely cover it. But I'm not betting it because we are going to this game, and I want to root for Florida.
And I took the other side of the line, not because I actually think they're winning, because I just thought it was good value, and I can make some money if they did.
I can't, in good conscience, bet against the Florida Gators and then go there in Florida gear and root for them.
Yeah.
However, if you want to bet money on Texas, that is absolutely something you should do, and they will cover and they will destroy Florida, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the value's on the Florida side of the bet, though.
It doesn't matter. No, it's not, because if you bet $5 on the Florida Gators to cover, you're going to lose $5.
That's probably right.
The value's not on Florida because you're going to lose.
All I know is I'm just waiting for my phone at noon or 1 o'clock on Sunday. I'm waiting for Pete Thamel or Pete Nakos or one of these guys. I've got all my alerts set up for those guys. I'm hoping it's this week. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think so. I think you're going to get it October 19th on the
after
the bye week. I think you're getting it after the bye week before they do it, would be my guess. Yeah, it's a good defense, Florida. I don't think Texas will score a lot more than it would be my guess. But I don't think Florida's going to score enough. I think Texas wins this, probably covers.
Yeah, and I do think you have to start thinking about quit factor for Florida. Like, the defense has been playing really hard and really well, but and you start to see that towards the end of the last couple of games, they kind of in the fourth quarter they've kind of given up.
I don't know about that. They seem to play hard for this.
They do, but
I'll disagree with them on that. I don't think there's quit in them. That team is fighting. I think they do like Billy. Now, the only other thing I will say. They do get
a possibility.
They do get their offense may change a little this week because they do get Dallas Wilson. Okay. This is the first game he's played this year. He's their 5-star stud wide receiver. All right.
And a lot of good he's going to do catching a screen route that they telegraphed.
I understand. But by putting him in, you gotta account for him on the field. And that may make things different. I'm just saying there is a chance.
Yeah, he can run really fast up to the line of scrimmage.
All right. Okay. We'll leave it at that. We think we know who wins. Go Gators. So
yeah. All right. Let us move on.
Are there any other good games on it at 3:30? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's another one somewhere.
Isn't there another game somewhere on at 3:30? Oh, yeah. We should probably talk about the what should be but for some reason it's on ABC. Vanderbilt, Alabama. Oh man, this is a game. And let me tell you, long ago, a prophecy foretold of a man that would lead the Vanderbilt Commodores to an SEC championship. Last year, he saw a vision as a child. And as a child, he visualized himself beating Alabama as the quarterback of an SEC program. And his vision came true. And this year, he said in the preseason, I didn't come back to make a bowl game. I didn't come back to win the SEC championship. I'm Diego Pavia, and I came back to win a national championship. And everybody mocked him. They're like, that's funny, but you remember you played Vanderbilt, right? And he's like, I know. And we're doing it anyway. And let me tell you what, I have no idea who's going to win this game. I genuinely, like, the line's 10.5. It doesn't feel like 10.5 to me. It feels like a pick 'em. I'm taking Vanderbilt to cover. I have no idea whether they're going to win this game. Literally zero clear. I think the track record there.
I think we know who's going to win this game.
I think the track record there with Kalen DeBoer's against at Alabama against running quarterbacks is pretty clear at this point. Their defense has struggled against running quarterbacks. It's not just they struggled against Arnold when he was at Oklahoma, right? When they ran the ball with him. Or no, they ran it with the other guy. But they struggled against Vanderbilt last year. It would not surprise me if Vanderbilt wins this game. I'm going to be rooting for it to happen. But I do think there's also a scenario where if Vanderbilt can't take control of the game and start controlling the clock, I do think Alabama, if they get up like 2 or 3 scores early, I think they could put this away. I don't know how this is going to work. It's two things going against each other. Vanderbilt's played really well this year. They've played well. Alabama seems to be hitting their stride. I still like Alabama to win the SEC and to make the playoff. But I don't know. I don't know is the answer. I'm not going to be surprised if Alabama runs away with it, but I'm also not going to be surprised. I will not be caught making definitive statements about Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt football and saying what they can't do, because it's pretty clear at this point that what they run and how they run it, nobody so far has been able to stop them this year. And they're better than last year. They're a better team than last year.
Yeah, that's all good. So is Alabama. Ty Simpson's a better quarterback than Jalen Milroe.
I agree.
That first game of the season, I'd count that up to the first game of the season, not really being ready for the season to start. I don't think this is going to be close. I think there's no way Bama is going to let Vanderbilt come in. They haven't lost at home to Vanderbilt since 1984.
I think words, Dad. Famous
lay
last words.
The 10.5. This game's going to be over by halftime. We'll be able to turn over and watch the Virginia-Louisville game. There are other games going to be. This thing will be. They will destroy Vanderbilt on Saturday.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's famous last words.
Diego Pavia has been talking way too much. There's a fine line between talking a little smack and just running your mouth constantly. And I think that's what's
he's backed it up, though. They're undefeated.
He hadn't played Bama yet. And I think I don't think Bama is going to let you do it 2 years in a row. They're not going to catch them by surprise.
I don't think that they have to let them. I think Vanderbilt has to take it.
Listen, the bottom line is the talent level is significantly different. And I think Alabama's finally starting to play at that level. As a home favorite, they're 19-1 the last 3 years. Okay. They're 20-1 as a home in the last 3 years.
Right.
Just as straight up. Okay.
Did you see Castellanos run all over them? Because I did.
That wasn't at home. That was on the road.
They had the same players. They had the same players and the same coach calling defense.
I understand. Tell me what the score was 2 years ago. 55-3. I mean, this isn't. I'm sorry. I love the Vanderbilt story. And Vanderbilt can lose this game and still be a playoff team.
I think so. That. Yeah, I agree.
But they are going to lose this game badly. So
I don't know that they will.
I have no love lost for the Alabama Crimson Tide. I will be pulling for Vanderbilt. I'm just telling you what will happen.
And I'm telling you, I have no idea.
Mic drop.
So. I'm not confident, but I'm telling you Vanderbilt could win this game.
But I am confident in one thing besides Bama winning. Give me the over at 56.5. Bet on that.
Absolutely.
Okay, there will be points scored in this game, and that is a block of the week for me. Over 56.5 in the Bama game.
It's only 56.
That's what I got it at.
Doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right either. It was like the
No.
under on the
Okay.
Army
Good to know.
Air Force game. All right.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
excited for that game, but we'll see. We'll see.
When are your we could talk about the Baylor game? Isn't that a
Yeah,
good
we're
game?
gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. So Kansas
Okay.
State at Baylor.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Guess who's still number one, leading the country in passing yards and passing touchdowns?
But Dylan
All
Edwards
right.
is also
It's
Dylan
Sawyer
Edwards is
Robertson.
yeah. Okay, can we talk about that for a second? The man is getting no love for the Heisman.
He's
don't
number
understand
one,
it.
number one in the country in passing yards and passing touchdowns.
And touchdowns. Don't forget touchdowns.
Yep.
Zero love for the Heisman whatsoever.
You can't even bet on him with the Heisman on Kalshi.
It's ridiculous. But Dylan Edwards woke up last week. Somehow I thought he went from horrible to being off the team to now rushing for 100.
Quit. I thought he transferred.
I don't know.
I wasn't following that very closely. I don't know what happened there.
Well, now he rushed for 162 yards last week. They found an offense all of a sudden.
He's always had that potential.
So, Kansas State is not out of this race.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm actually very scared of this game as a Baylor fan because
you should be.
Baylor's defense, while they have played better in recent weeks, and they're not quite as bad as they look on some of the more advanced metrics, but I don't know, man. I don't trust them to defend an advanced rushing attack like Kansas State, and especially if Dylan Edwards is back. I just don't know. And Avery Johnson has been questionable through the air, but I don't even know if they have to sling it against Baylor's defense. Baylor's they have at best a below average Power 5 defense. I think Baylor
they are literally almost at the bottom of rushing and defense in the Power 4.
Yeah.
On an opponent adjusted per play basis.
Yeah. I will say Baylor can absolutely win this game because they have one of the best passing offenses in the country. They have the best quarterback in the country, in my opinion. And they have 4 really good receivers and maybe the best pass catching tight end in the country, Michael Trigg. He's won tight end of the week two weeks so far this year, national tight end of the week 2 weeks. So Michael Trigg is actually fantastic pass catcher, and he's starting to get some late round NFL love as well. So keep some eye on that as well. So I get this to be probably a higher scoring game. It is at home, but for Baylor, every time they play a good team at home, they seem to lose. So I don't know how much that's really going to help in this game. I have Baylor winning. What's the line on this?
6.5. Yeah.
Is it Baylor minus 6.5? You said?
Yeah.
I'm just concerned that they're not a trustworthy team with that defense. I can't depend on them. And I love Baylor and I want them to win so bad. And it's just, I can't depend that they're going to be reliable and solid against the run on defense. I don't know what Dave Aranda changed in his play calling or if it's just a personnel issue, which I suspect it might be. But that's kind of my thoughts there. I don't think Kansas State's defense is very good at all. I think that's shown by some of the teams they've played against. So I think Baylor will pass for a lot. I think they probably win. At least I hope so. But
yeah, I'm gonna take Baylor minus 6.5. I'm gonna put the faith in them one more time offensively that they'll score enough points. Kansas State has been too sporadic this year. They had a good outing last week, but I just think Baylor will take advantage. Let's hope the home crowd shows out. And I think I think they're going to keep moving forward because I think Baylor realizes they got to keep winning to get to that TCU game in a few weeks if they want to have a shot at this Big Ten. So I think they'll score enough points and win. That's one of my locks of the week. So
Gotcha.
All right. All right. Let's stay in the Big 12. This is a game I think kind of fascinating. I think it sneakily could be a problem.
Now you're talking about 2 4-0 red teams.
I am talking about 2 4-0 red teams. Let's go Texas Tech at Houston. They're at Houston, right?
Yeah, and this is going to be a home game for Texas Tech. The crowd, they're already issuing alerts to Houston boosters to not sell your tickets. It's almost a sellout, I think. There's going to be a huge Texas. You thought it was bad last week when Tennessee went to Mississippi State. The amount of Texas Tech alumni that work in oil and gas in the city of Houston is obscene, and they're all going to be at this game. So I actually am giving Texas Tech the home field for this game. I think Texas Tech rolls. I think what's the line? Is it 10 and a half now? 11 and a half.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Give me Texas Tech minus 11 and a half. I think they just put belt to butt, and I think especially Houston's actually got pretty banged up and injured in the Oregon State game last week. I don't know, it was a little went under the radar. They lost some guys, so they barely beat Oregon State. I think Texas Tech, especially with they're trying to make statements on a national level and try to increase their brand. I think if people tune into this game at 7:00, I think they'll put on a show, and I think Texas Tech kills them.
Yeah, I think so. I would like to see a closer game. It's hard to make the case and I don't think it's Houston defensively is the problem. I think Houston may be able to slow down Texas Tech a little bit, somewhat. I just don't think Houston's going to be able to score enough points against Texas Tech. To me, the strength is not necessarily their offense; it's really their defense is their strength. They can throw the ball. Don't get me wrong, and they've been successful. But it's defensively, both rushing defense and passing defense is where Texas Tech has really been shining this year. Yeah. And I think that'll be enough. I think they'll cover the 11.5. That's one of my locks of the week. At some point here, Texas Tech will start to, they're going to have a little bit tougher road here. Let's look ahead here for their schedule. They do play. They're going to have to go on the road to Arizona State. That won't be easy. On the road to Kansas State. They got to play BYU. There's a few hiccup games possibly, but they certainly are carving a path that looks like they're headed towards a Big 12 championship game.
Yeah. And I think you're right about their strength of team being their defense. I will say, though, I don't think they do run a sort of air raid style system that puts up a lot of points against worse teams. And I don't think Houston has the talent floor on defense. They play good scheme, they tackle, and they play hard. I just don't think they have the minimum talent required to bring that Texas Tech offense down to earth. If Utah's defense wasn't able to slow them down eventually in the fourth quarter, I don't think Houston has the guys to run with them. And so I that's part of the reason in my bet that I'm agreeing with you on that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't have a lot of thoughts on Michigan State, Nebraska. I expect Nebraska to roll. I don't see much.
Yeah, I agree there. I do have a bet on 7:30 game. Giving Mississippi State plus 16.
You just think that line's too big?
Yeah, I just think the line's too big. I think Mississippi State's not that bad of a team.
I think, but I think
I don't think Mississippi State's going to win, but I do think Texas A&M's offense, it's been pretty explosive, but it's also been pretty stop and go, right? Marshall Reed only, what's he completing between 50 and 60% of his passes? Not exceptional. They run the ball a lot, which I think they will guarantee a win. But I think giving you 16 points against a pass-heavy and explosive team like Mississippi State, I think they keep it around a touchdown probably, or maybe even a touchdown and a field goal. And Mississippi State's been pretty well. And so, they took Tennessee to the wire. Give me Mississippi State plus points.
Yeah, I'm not betting this game, but I don't agree with you. I think Texas A&M probably covers that. Mississippi State, I think, has got a couple of injuries I noticed this week. I don't think you're going to get a full. I think this is probably a letdown game for them on the road. Maybe
you're right. Maybe.
Where they've shined has been at home, basically, so far this season. I think going on the road to Texas A&M is going to be a tough ask for them. Not that I think Texas A&M is going to put up 40 or 50. I feel like this feels more like a 35-10 kind of ball game, or a 35-17 ball game. I think it's going to be enough to cover.
Yeah. That it's not horrible. I don't. I could also just see 28-20.
Yeah. Listen, Mississippi State's going to beat somebody on that schedule this year that's in a playoff hunt.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
I don't think it's going to be A&M, but
I don't think it's A&M, but they're going to get somebody, and it's just a matter of time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just they've been knocking on the door.
Blake
And
Shapen's been really good.
he's been really good, former Baylor quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the big night game.
All right. Huge game. I'm so excited for this game, man. This is going to be awesome.
This is a great game.
I can't remember in my lifetime a Florida State Miami game where both the teams have been this good. Maybe there was that one year in like 2017 where we thought Miami was good, but they were kind of a mirage. But this is a huge rivalry game, and both of these teams are elite this year. I think Florida State losing to Virginia, while on a national stage, people may take that away from them. I think that doesn't diminish the quality of Florida State as a football team. Tommy Castellanos is a dynamic runner, and running that Gus Malzahn offense, it's a match made in heaven, man. It's like Dr. Pepper and Baylor. It's like wings and sports. It's a match made in heaven. You just gotta love the match there. Deuce Robinson. Oh man, I love that guy. I remember him recruiting him in high school. I remember watching his tape in high school of the incredible catches. He went to USC. We thought he was going to shine there. He had flashes, but man, he's really taken off at Florida State. He has 346 yards so far this year. He's been basically unguardable. So I would expect Miami to kind of basically double him. But that would, if you double him and then you have to worry about the rush, it's kind of an interesting matchup. I do think this is a tough matchup for Florida State, though, because Miami has a either top 10 or top 15 rush defense. And while Gus Malzahn's rushing attack is anything but traditional, especially with all the misdirection they run, I think the misdirection works a lot better against teams that are equal or worse than you. Meanwhile, Miami can just kind of not fall for it and just kind of like stay put and say like, we'll beat you. And so they don't need to like chase jet sweeps and chase fakes all over the place. They can kind of stay home and just mash them at the line of scrimmage. I think Ruben Bain is elite. I expect him to put pressure on Castellanos whenever they need to drop back. And Miami's offense, Carson Beck is come back down to earth a little bit, but still been pretty, I would say, still a top 10 quarterback in the country. I think their offensive line is the best offensive line in the country. I think they have mass, they have weight, and they just push people. And I haven't seen anybody that's been able to get pushed against that offensive line. Even against a really good D-line like Florida's D-line, Miami just mauled them. And so eventually, they kind of just leaned on them. So I lean Miami here. I think Miami wins. What's the spread on this? It came down, right? It was more.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. I'm taking Miami to cover. I'm picking them to cover. I like Florida State as a team, and I like what they're doing there. I like Castellanos. I like their offense, but Miami plus Carson Beck plus that O-line plus Malachi Toney has really come on. He's fantastic. And Mark Fletcher, the running back, is good as well. So and don't forget Akeem Mesidor on the D-line also. It's not just Ruben Bain. Like, they've got dudes all along that D-line. So yeah, give me Miami. I think they take this. They go in to Doak and they come out with the victory.
Yeah, to me, this game is going to be decided by the quarterbacks. I mean, which quarterback is not going to make the big mistakes, Castellanos or Beck? And I guess for me, I have more confidence that Beck is going to play within himself and not make the mistakes. He's been in this situation before. I think Cristobal will probably keep the game within it so that he doesn't make the mistakes. And I think Castellanos more likely will be the one to make the mistakes with that Miami defense. To me, that's the difference. I don't know if this is going to be high scoring or not. I kind of go back and forth. I don't know if it is. This feels more like a 27-20 kind of game.
I could definitely see a scenario where it gets high scoring,
especially if it gets off to a hot start early. And we're not counting overtime. Some of these games get inflated on the overtime scores, the double overtimes, and things like that. But over regulations points, I feel like Miami's good enough, and I think to me, this just feels like Castellanos is going to make the difference, probably in a bad way, and that will be the difference in Miami.
But
Now,
if he plays
again,
out of his mind,
I mean, if you're Florida State, the path to victory is Beck plays like a bad back game, which we've seen happen, or Cristobal has the game management issues at the end. I mean, those are your two paths. But I think if you just stack the teams head to head, the lines or the talent on the offense defense lines favor Miami, I think, heavily. And to me, that's where you already start with a game. When you look at the lines, and if you're dominant on both sides, you're eventually going to wear that other team down in the second half.
The one position with a clear talent advantage is whoever's lined up against Deuce Robinson. So I think he's that kind of talent where there's a chance he just takes over. You know, if him and Castellanos just go off, I think that's a scenario where Florida State could win. Gus is in his bag and they just go off. But I think it's a lot more likely that Miami just size, weight, strength, speed of Miami just beats them.
Okay. I didn't really have any other great thoughts on other games, the night games. I mean, a lot of, Ohio State's going to roll Minnesota.
Yep.
Colorado TCU, that should not be close. TCU should win that going away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's kind of where I'm at as well. Penn State will kill UCLA. I think Wake Forest, Virginia Tech could be a good game, but they're both bad teams.
Yeah. So.
I think. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
And by the way, Miami is my lock, one of my locks, one of my 6 locks of the week, 4.5. So
yeah, I'm also I'm gonna go again on Kansas. What's the line with Kansas? They're playing UCF. Shoot, I can't find it.
Hold on, I'll see it here. Kansas. What's it? 5?
Yeah, I'm taking Kansas minus the points.
Yeah.
I think their offense is good enough to score a lot of teams points on bad defenses. I don't think UCF's defense is that fantastic. So give me Kansas on that as well.
Okay.
And that's all I got. That's all the bets I got.
Okay. All righty. Well, it's, on weeks like this where we think, oh, hey.
You think nothing's going to happen, and then you look up and UCLA's down 7 in the third quarter, and you're like, oh, hey, yo, that new offensive coordinator, new scheme, what's going on? You look up and, hey, what the heck? Wisconsin's tied with Michigan in halftime. You look up and, oh, Vanderbilt. Oh, that wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, exactly. So, you don't know. Always a good week of football. We're going to be at the Texas-Florida game. We thought 6 months ago that was going to be one of the games of the year. We got tickets. Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
If it's, like I said, if it's a blowout, we're leaving early so we can get back and watch the Miami and Florida State game.
Yeah. So we'll come to you with a reaction show after the weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to the live viewer who I see you lurking there. Like and subscribe. Follow on all the socials. Follow on Instagram. Follow on X. And we appreciate you watching. And good night.
Good night, Atlee.